All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Static Industry. It has been a while. We're going to kick this one off. I want to work on automating full-on batteries because we automated the battery alloy stuff, but we don't have the actual batteries, right? By the end of the day, I'm hoping that we can at least have the electronic circuit board, possibly even the electronic circuit automated. But it all starts with the battery. We've got redstone, we've got 10 cables, we've got all of this stuff. Really, all we need is this assembler right here. So we're going to get everything hooked up, and we're going to hopefully get some batteries going. And there we go. Batteries are automated. I got our redstone thing hooked up right here, and everything else was pretty easy. I just hooked up 10 cables in our battery alloy. And now we've got batteries. And now we've got aluminum plates fully automated. Just got another entangled chest coming over here with aluminum. And it looks like we're going to have to add another generator to our power right here because we're starting to run out with all these machines running. And now we've got electrum automated. We just got to turn that into wires now. And there we go. There's our electrum cables. And just like that, we've got our very first automated electronic circuit boards. Now, I don't think we're going to be able to get all the way into it today, but I would like to at least try and get a start on some AE2 stuff. So we're going to need to get ourselves a laser engraver. And I've already got some inscriber stuff. So I'm going to slap this guy down somewhere where I can connect it up to power, basically. Doesn't really matter where. Right there will be just fine. I'll hit that with my wrench. I can throw an inscriber into there. And then I'm going to grab myself some silicone, which I believe I have some somewhere around here. I may already have put it in here. Yep, we got some silicone right there. And this is modern industrialization silicone. So it's super easy to automate, which we're going to probably do. But then we'll be able to get our printed silicone. And of course, we'll be able to use this thing for all of our different presses to be able to get into some applied energistics. So I set up some quick automation over here. I went ahead and made myself a centrifuge, and this guy's making carbon dust. Now that carbon dust, of course, is going to be used in an EBF with quartz dust to make ourselves silicone dust, which will make it a lot easier to be able to get silicone because our aluminum automation is just not fast enough down there, or not aluminum, sorry, the lapis processing down there is just not fast enough. So I went ahead, got us an EBF set up right here, and this guy is an electric macerator. It's going to get fed with just some regular old nether quartz, just like this, and that's going to get fed into there, turned into quartz dust, and these two are going to get fed into this copper nickel coil blast furnace. I don't know why I said copper nickel coil. Obviously, we haven't gotten to Canthal yet, but anyways, and that will start making me some silicone dust, which obviously will smelt into silicone ingots and eventually press and whatnot with however we need to do it. I'm obviously going to need a ton of Fluix crystals, so I'm going to go ahead and make just a ton of those things. That's 4 stacks of each ingredient. And assuming that the ingredient hasn't changed, we should get some, but it looks like maybe the recipe changed. Is it something different now? Ah, we have to go through an electric mixer now to be able to make Fluix crystals. Okay, I did not realize that. And now we've got Fluix crystals coming out. I had to hook up some water to this thing as well, but pretty easy setup. And that'll get us some Fluix crystals going. Now, in order to actually use our printed presses here for AE2, we have to send some redstone into an electric blast furnace. This is going to make us some molten redstone, which I have been pulled. Actually, I haven't set the pipe yet. Set that to out, and that is being pulled over to this assembler right here, which will just need to be connected up to some power, and then I'll be able to throw in some printed presses, and then I'll get my processors. And y'all, I can't even begin to tell you how excited I am right now. We're going straight for the ME controller. I'm so happy. We're so close. I can smell getting into AE2. It's going to be a little bit because I do have to get all the stuff together for like P2P networking and whatnot. But man, I'm happy to be where we're at right now. And there's our ME crafting terminal. And y'all, right here is basically everything we're going to need to get into our first ME system. Now, I don't think I'm going to mess with that right now. I'll probably end up setting up most of it off camera because we've still got a lot to do before we can really get going. Because the thing is right now we don't have the ME drive unlocked. We actually have to get into HV before we can do that. We need turbo machine holes, which is a ways away. We're not even close to that right now. Well, I say that. We're not terribly far away, but we're not super close either. So it's going to be a little while before we actually are able to get into an ME drive, but that's okay. For right now, we'll go with storage buses and whatnot around the base. But for right now, I think I want to try and get a way to automate wool, because we're going to need a lot of wool, as you know, for ME covered cables. So the thing about getting wool, right, is that I could go the route of getting this caprolactam, which I can use to make nylon, which can duplicate string. Now, it's not too bad of a recipe. We've already got benzene and we've got hydrogen, and then it just takes some nickel. Actually, I don't think I do have hydrogen. We'd have to make that, but it's not hard. But that would allow us to duplicate string, which obviously I could then use to craft wool. Well, whatever. I think we're gonna go with a different method. I always try to overcomplicate things whenever I'm playing modded, right? The thing about it is, with just a couple dispensers and observers, we can make really easy automated wool farm. You see, the thing that sheep do is they eat grass in order to grow their wool back. Well, that grass can send a redstone signal as an update into this observer, which can power this dispenser. And recently they made it so that dispensers can shear sheep. So basically, if I just load these dispensers up with shears, all I have to do is go through and shear the sheep one time so that they have to eat grass. And then I can throw those shears back over there. And now once those sheep eat the grass to grow their wool back, they'll immediately get sheared. Their wool will drop down into these hoppers and into this iron barrel right here. Yo, I wish y'all could have saw this. I just made this thing. It's called a crystal apothecary. It's super easy to get. You have to have some stormstone, which I don't know if I ever actually showed how to get stormstone. Super easy. You just make a couple lightning rods, and anytime it thunderstorms, the lightning will hit those and you have a chance of getting some stormstone. And I've gotten quite a bit of it over the time that I've AFK'd and whatnot, because we haven't really touched Spectrum in a little bit. So yeah, this thing is awesome. I placed it down and it literally harvests these things like immediately. I wish that I could use it to automate Certus quartz, but I tried it and it didn't work. But it's like super fast, so I'm gonna just leave that there and let it just automatically harvest these things as they go. I think that'll be pretty cool. Obviously, our sheep farm isn't the fastest thing in the world, but 12 wool since we made it, not too bad. Obviously, the sheep are gonna continue to grow their wool, and as I spend time doing other things, it'll continue to build up. I've used these in vanilla plenty of times, and they've done very well. So I think that for now, until we get, you know, better benzene production, once we get into like petrochemistry and whatnot, I think we'll be all right with what we've got. I have a ton of quests that I need to accept my rewards for, so I'm coming up here somewhere quiet because the area where my terminal is super loud. But let's go ahead and just claim everything, see what all we get, and then it looks like I can actually go ahead and claim everything again. And we got a ton of stuff out of that, so we got some more static coins. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn those all into the top tier that we can. And then we've got some peridot ore. We got a netherite pickaxe, some ruby ore, some analog circuits, some yummy concrete bars, some advanced machine casings. That's actually super nice. We'll be able to make some advanced machines with that. We'll be getting into that here soon, getting into some more advanced machinery, so that'll be nice to have. We got a recycler, some sphalerite ore, some diamond plates. That's actually really nice because, well, that puts us a step closer to being able to upgrade our backpack to Bejeweled. And we got some heat-proof machine casing, a music disc, and a lithium battery. I'm happy with all that. Pretty good stuff. Not too mad about it. Although I'm not really going to be able to use it quite yet, I figure we might as well go ahead and set up the ME system. So I got us a little area right here. Got an MV steam turbine powering our ME controller. And I'm just going to run a couple cables up like that. And I'll throw my ME crafting terminal right on there. And I'll be able to make some kind of facade or something to be able to put there. And we'll be able to, over time, connect that up to all of our storage and stuff. I did discover that they changed the way the cables work. And it's actually a good change in this one. The glass cables can carry 16 channels, and the dense cables can carry 64 channels. So both of those were doubled from the basic type of channel carrying. So that's pretty nice. I do appreciate that a lot. But yeah, we'll be getting into using this probably next episode. I'm looking forward to that for sure. But guys, I think that'll probably do it for this one. I hope that y'all enjoyed. I really do. As always, take care, y'all.